Hopefully this will be the last thing I talk about in regards of this debate or schism between the educated black man, the thinking black man, and the street cats. And we all know what the derogatory term of both of those individuals are, which, by the way, I want to point out this before we begin. The majority of us don't really fit in either of these categories 100%. There are those who have been stating that, look, I don't fit into either one, this is not my battle, and for the most part, I give my salute to those individuals who have risen above the frame and that decided that this is not their debate even. I know I myself, even though I don't fit into either one of these groups in particular, I have been more on the side of the thinking black man, the educated you-know-what, because I can sympathize with that group more than I can with the street cats or the Pookies and Ray Rays. Now, as far as the subject is concerned, there was a hangout on O'Shea Duke Jackson's podcast. There have been two hangouts in particular that I want to take an example of. Now, the first one was that infamous Sunday Rumble, which happened technically on Monday, with it being part 2 on Should Talented Blacks Turn Their Back on the Hood, which was led off by Taz Exclusives. And if you want to listen to that one, I'll have the link below. And I'm warning you right now, it is at the very least a shit show. The second video was a video that I can't find right now. I'm not sure if O'Shea took it down, but it was a video in which O'Shea Duke Jackson had Obsidian Media on with the usual Obsidian Media talking points on how black women need to be accountable for their own stuff and to hold their own nuts. And as the Rumble, this wasn't an official Rumble, this was in the middle of the week, but he brought the guest on. You had a lot of individuals who were for Obsidian's argument and those who were against. However, this time, and I'm not sure why O'Shea took it down, this time, however, I noticed something. I noticed that even though there was an exchange of debate, an exchange of ideas, it was done respectfully. It was done cordially. And during the end of the show, everybody, I dare say it, was getting along. Granted, they were all getting along with the one thing that you can unite most black men with, and that is talking about big booty Brendas. Which, by the way, it was a small proposal, which I'm going to leak out, that the Manosphere should do its own little talent show, yeah, etc. I'll let O'Shea and Obsidian detail that one, but this was a stark difference compared to what I saw on the Sunday Rumble that was led off by Taz Exclusives versus the one that was led off by Obsidian. And what exactly was that difference? Was the difference the guest? Well, not quite. That isn't exactly the reason why these two Rumbles ended differently. The reason why the second Rumble ended differently from the first one is simple, which leads me to the topic of this video, how nerds and thugs can get along, or how thinking black men and street cats can get along. Is it through talking about chicks? Well, not quite. It's basically getting rid of what's dividing these two groups, and that is contentious females. I stated contentious females. What do you want to call them? Feminists? What do you want to call them? Scraggle-daggles? What do you want to call them? Cholas, etc. These are the kind of women that have caused this derailment that I have been noticing within the Black Manosphere for the past few months. Notice how on all these panels, whenever you get the females in the panels, and I'm not blaming anyone in particular, but we have to call this out for what this is. Whenever you get these females on these panels, that's when the SHTF moment occurs. That's when everyone gets at each other's throats. That is when a lot of people want to do the AMOG and AMOG is basically a red pill or manosphere or a PUA term, as I hate to state it, as alpha mailing of the group or alpha male of the group, and basically trying to one-up the fellow male. A lot of these individuals are just fine when it comes to dealing with other dudes. If you have other dudes around, even if you're talking about the most divisive things, a lot of these individuals will be on their decent behavior. And I noted this with the interactions I had with certain individuals. Now on the Sunday one, which was technically on Monday, you can see my interactions with certain individuals and how they responded and tried to one-up your dude for no reason whatsoever. And a lot of these guys were being disingenuous and then trying to be Billy Badass in the club or whatever. But on the Wednesday, I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, when these individuals during the O'Shea hangout with Obsidian, notice how a lot of these individuals were cool, calm, and collective, even to the point in which you had one of the other pro-blacks. He and I were basically busting each other's balls in a cordial way. He wasn't contentious towards me in particular. It was just shooting the dozens, talking shit, but in a healthy way. I dare say, in a homeboy kind of way. I mean, me and him are far from homies, but we have to note the difference. This thing that I've noticed is a thing that has been noted from other individuals, most notably from David Carroll in his football example, particularly his Super Bowl example. We all know about the Super Bowl parties and how you'll invite all your friends and their girlfriends or whatever. David Carroll specifically asked, when it comes to Super Bowl parties, on who will be attending. If it's all dudes, it's all good. He'll show up to the game, he'll chat, he'll talk the shit, what guys do, like a barbershop. You know, just talking shit about what team's better, who's gonna win, what commercials are gonna be good, who's gonna suck the most at halftime, which game's better between Fortnite and Apex Legends, why Duke's gonna win even though they only have one player in Zion Williamson, and how he's gonna get embarrassed during March Madness, meaning David Carroll, etc. But if the dude who's hosting the party states that there are chicks there, then that's when David Carroll will respectfully bow out. He'll be like, nah, I'll skip this Super Bowl party, I'll catch you guys later, etc. And the reason why David Carroll states that is because he realizes that if you put, at the very least, one contentious big booty heifer, or divisive feminist, whatever, or just some plain old attention whore into the mix, alongside the fact that they act clueless about the game, and a lot of them know more football than they give off. Besides the fact that they'll ask preseason questions during the freaking Super Bowl, a lot of these females will try to get as much attention as they can to the point in which it will cause divisiveness among men who otherwise would be able to get along and possibly be friends. This is what I noted from the two different hangouts throughout this past week. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do with their streams, how to do it, especially if they're making money from it, then more power to them. But this is definitely something that we all need to take note. Contentious females cause division. And it doesn't have to even be contentious females. Yes, we have seen the worst of the worst females within the past week now admitting their love for the street cats and their contempt for the thinking black men. We get it. This is nothing new. As a matter of fact, I would say be angry, but don't be surprised. But at this point, don't even be angry, because that is what these females want you to do. These females want to cause division and divisiveness between men, all in order to maintain their power in the former rotting corpse of the so-called black community. A lot of these females want gynocentrism and the matriarchy to remain at all costs, even if that matriarchal kingdom is in reality a dumpster fire. A lot of these females will do whatever it takes in order to maintain their power, maintain their alpha rucks, their beta bucks. And you see how a lot of these females are reacting because the beta buck side is saying no. Shout out to Obsidian. But a lot of these females are now sending their guard dogs in order to attack the other side. And I'm not trying to be one-sided with this, but we have to call this for what this is. A tactical strategy by the matriarchy in order to divide men. Because I saw with my eyes, and if you saw with your eyes earlier this week on that hangout that O'Shea did with Obsidian, which isn't up there, I don't know why, and it was way less contentious and way more YouTube friendly than the coming back to the community part 2 part. I'm surprised that one hasn't been put on Patreon. But note how those guys were able to get along. Those guys were able to, at the very least, agree to disagree and move on. And that is the kind of debates we need more often, interaction we need more often, content that we need more often within the Black Manosphere. At least in order for it to be taken serious and in order for it to achieve things outside of the freaking internet. These females have an agenda, have an objective in order for that not to occur. And they will do it at all costs. Whether it's sending their attack dogs out to get you, having their attack dogs believe that, oh, you're better. Hey, attack dog. Attack. You've been a good little boy within the past 10 weeks on YouTube, bowing to my will, doing our duty, cleaning up our laundry, taking our trash, rolling our barrels, licking our kittens. Yes, you've been doing a good job. Yeah, I know. Those educated lames, man, they're running, man. They're running, running high. They're running scared. They're afraid to go at roast contests because I'm a G and I'm a real nigga and I'm a street cat and I'm a pimp. I'm a G, man. I gave back to the community. I did all sorts of seminars and sermons in the same community that I destroyed. But I just flash on my ICs from 2003, and look, the community loves me. I know the community loves you, but you really think that the community loves you because of the little crumbs that you give back compared to the amount of money and amount of resources and lives that you've ruined and take from the community? I mean, what do you mean? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The community loves you because you have served as the backbone of the community. You have served in doing our needs, and now we're one step closer to ruling it. Oh wait, that's wrong, because we already rule it. We already rule it thanks to you. Thanks to you, the street cat. Thanks to you, the pro-black. Thanks to you, the apologists. Thanks to you, the damage controllers. Thanks to you, the Pookies and Ray Rays. Thanks to you, we are on top. Okay, well, can I still crash on your couch and eat your kids' juicy juice and drink their Lunchables? Yeah, yes, you can. Now get out of here. Exactly. That is what the community is about. That is what the community wants from these street cats. And I hate to say it, I don't want to sound divisive, but a lot of these individuals, you have the street cats who do the duties of these gynocentrics, these scraggle-daggles, these feminists. And then you even have the thinking black men who have fallen into the trap of being trolled. This is one big troll fest. And the reason why I say this is because you are doing their duty. You may think by going at them and yelling at the side of your neck and let's go, I got the proof, I got the evidence that states that you have done wrong, crimes against humanity, against the community, and you need to atone because you did not lick my pee-pee when I was 13. I'm telling you, what else? I didn't say that. You rolling the hay, Pookie Ray Ray, and you had the kids, and you treat the sons bad, and you don't care about the community. You don't care about the community, and but I got the stats, though. I got the stacks, and you listen to me. Listen to me. Look, that's what they want you to do. They want you to have that educated, lame, social reject rage. And a lot of them are trolling you because that's what they want. You think you're winning by yelling down at them and making them come to the table? No, that's not how it works. I've been telling you guys for eons on this channel that the way you make them pay attention to you is to withdraw everything from them. Not just your resources, but your attention as well. And I know the reason why a lot of you guys don't want to do that is because, one, a lot of you guys have nowhere else to go, particularly no other community that will embrace you as a whole. And two, you're afraid that your absence will not be noted, that you will be seen and be proven as not just a beta, but as an invisible omega. And to that, I say, that's something that you have to face. That's something that you have to answer. But even if that's the case, then withdrawing yourself from the community and being a true lone wolf is way better than trying to bang on the doors, be contentious with a place that never wanted you to begin with. It's better off that both sides realize that what's driving them to fight each other is contentious females. And the sooner you realize it, and the sooner both sides take a true stand against this broad, against this succubus, against whatever you want to call her, the better off mankind will be. And the easier we both will be able to get what we want. Which, let's be real, is cooperative, feminine, and thin women. Yes, thin women. You guys want to say fat asses and blah, blah. No. That's your mama telling you that she got an ass. You want to get someone like Big Mama with no bones on her. She got to have a bit of meat on her. Please save me that. Save me that. That's a whole nother subject. Everyone else out there, always bet on X.